There you go.
Hi everyone, Sarah here from the Paper Cut. It is Thursday night, so we have our Thursday night demo. And tonight I'm doing something, well first let's check
I'm not getting it.
sound and video. I see the video. I'm doing something.
Oh, you've got sound.
I've got sound. My mom's looking for us. Like, I'm right here in front of you, Mom. No. But she's trying to find online. So tonight I am doing like embossing and de-bossing. So not like a crazy die cut card or anything like that, and not even a certain type of paper. So yeah, we are doing that. Let's see, what do we have coming up? Oh, really working on warehouse sale classes, hoping to get those finished up this weekend over the next few days, because those will kit and go out the 9th of September, and then virtual warehouse sale classes start the 16th. In-person classes, those are pretty much sold out except for the make and take event at night, and then Saturday we have room in cards. You can still like order the virtual all-in bundle, but it'll be for the Saturday cards. And then you can take the alcohol one virtual, or you could just sit in and watch. I just don't have a seat for you. So, did you find me, Mom?
Yep, I found you.
Okay. Yay, I'm here. So let's go down to the table.
Okay, you're there.
All right. So tonight we are looking at, because sometimes people ask me, like, how I get, and you can probably see it better, the lines in there. Like the dies they cut on the outside, but then they have lines in them that are supposed to deboss. Okay, so, and usually when we die cut them for classes, we already have that done. And then I remembered this very old die of Impression Obsession, which I don't know if you can get it online yet or not, but this die is actually one that embosses too. So the texture should come up instead of the deboss goes down. So you might have dies like this, that have holes in there like this, so the holes in here are actually supposed to pop up, where like the veins in the leaves deboss and go down. And then I was playing around with the better press dies, and we'll do that later. So anyways, let's just go through what I do to do that. So one thing that I have is this rubber cutting pad. So when you cut with it, when you cut on it, it actually doesn't cut because it's rubber. So it's not a hard surface, it doesn't go into it. Or what I like to use that's easy, and because I don't always know where my rubber one is sometimes I'll just use our thinner text weight paper. So I'm just reading some of the comments about Kathleen was 105 degrees. Oh my gosh. Anyways, so sometimes I'll just use the thinner text weight paper. So like say during flash sale, and it's pretty, so you don't always want to use the pretty stuff, but like if you're at flash sales, you've gotten it, and you're like, well, I don't want this color. Don't chuck it, because you can use it for this type of thing. So let's see. I am going to pull over. Actually, I think I'm just going to, I'm not going to bring over my whole die cutting machine. We're just going to talk about it, and I'm going to actually demo it. And I do have, hang on, I've got this die.
So Barbara said, so we can watch without buying the kits.
Yes, you could watch without buying the kits.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can watch without buying the kits. But no, I'm just talking the in-person people. Well, in-person people, you have to buy. Which Barbara?
Barbara R. Yeah, she's
okay.
On YouTube.
Yeah, I think she's farther away. But anyways, my in-person people, they have to, in order to get in the warehouse on Friday for classes, they have to buy a kit. So people can't just come and watch the class. But for virtual, yes, you can watch and be like, well, maybe I want to order that after the class. But I don't always have kits left after the class. So that's the one problem that you might run into if you decide, well, I just want to watch the class and see what they're doing, and then I'll order it after. I don't always have kits left. I've got sticky stuff on there. So that's kind of annoying. I might have to get my mom to get her Goo Gone out. Hang on.
I wonder where it is.
It's over here.
Oh, okay.
It's over here.
Okay.
So, but I'm trying to take these off without. I didn't plan an actual card. Well, maybe I did, kind of, sort of. But I've got these 3 little dies. Oh, there we go. Got that off. And the tape stuck to the back, which is highly annoying.
Rainy in Florida. Emily Henry. Yeah.
Oh,
Are you being affected by some...
do they have a hurricane going
I
down there?
don't know. I don't know what's happening down there. I
So-
haven't seen anything lately.
Hang on, I'm trying to get this adhesive off the back of this die. I usually don't have this happen. Like, the adhesive stays on the paper and the dies come off. But this particular one was being a bugger and it didn't do that. So hang on. Yay. And it's much easier taking it off. Like, I was trying to rub it to get it off. But anyways, this one has really nice, like, veins in it that should deboss. So that's why I pulled this one, and I'm just gonna work with this one for a minute and see if we can do it on this one. So I'm gonna take this. The first thing, and I just dropped a die on my floor, which is always not a good thing, because dies,
Oh,
I found it, hang on.
they bounce.
Yeah, they bounce. They actually go further than what you would think.
And sometimes we have to sweep the floor to find them.
What I should have in here is a magnet.
Oh.
Wouldn't that be, like, brilliant?
Yeah, how about one of those magnet sheets? Or
Oh, well.
you need it, or you...
Well, no, I'm trying to pick with my fingernails. I can't get this picked up.
Well,
Oh, I got it.
okay.
So anyways, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do it with the paper, and I just set up my dies like normal on my paper that I'm going to die cut, and I put 2 or 3 sheets of the text paper underneath them. So I have my text paper that is just scrap. I have my cardstock that I'm going to die cut. Then I have my dies that have, like, the veins in them, and those are going to deboss. So I'm going to do that behind me. My die cutter is kind of big, and I kind of have a mess on my table, so imagine that. I am not going to bring my whole die cutting machine over.
We'd have to set up several cameras for that, wouldn't we?
Yeah. So anyways, I have my paper, so this is my junk paper, but can you see the lines on there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you see the nice debossing. On the end of the paper, where there was no text paper, it did not deboss at all. It's just smooth. So you really need something extra behind there to get the debossing to come out. And what that does is it pushes the paper up into the die further. Or you can do the same thing, but I'm going to put the rubber one behind it, and we're going to just test that for a minute. So yeah, you get the nice veins in there, or the debossing, when you just use some text paper. Now, it doesn't have to be the metallic text. I just happen to have a lot of this Vista, and I don't use this color a whole lot, and we have a lot of it, so I just tend to use that. But anyways, let's do it on my rubber mat and see what happens. See if I get a better effect. I do not carry the rubber mat. I actually got this probably at a show quite a while ago. It's super thin. Let's see. I mean, it's probably like a 1/16 of an inch is the rubber mat. But the rubber mat really does work great for this one that embosses. That one works actually better than doing the little paper trip. But whenever we do dies for you guys, or die cuts for you guys, whenever we do die cuts for you all, we do the paper behind it, just because that's easier.
Sarah, I'm going back up and looking at comments, and I don't know which ones you've read already and answered.
Oh, I haven't answered. I only read the one about the thing.
Is there a way to see the card kit you'll be making? Sharon Maldon.
Oh, for the warehouse sale classes? No, not yet.
Okay.
I haven't taken. So anyways, this is what happens when you do it just on the rubber mat. It actually doesn't die cut it because the die just pushes into the rubber mat and it doesn't die cut through the paper. So you actually, when you're going to use the rubber mat, you have to die cut it separate and then take these cutout ones and put it on the rubber mat. So it's a two-step process. That's why a lot of the times I use the text paper, because when you just do it straight on the rubber mat, it just pushes the paper down into that rubber mat and it doesn't cut.
So Marion Phillips said you need something soft to get it to deboss. On her Sizzix, she just changes how many layers of the plates she uses.
Well, depending, you'll get a better deboss if you put some text paper behind it.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
So because yes, I've made it tighter and I'll get the debossing, but you get a better deboss if you just put even a couple sheets of just scratch paper behind it. And maybe that's what you mean by you're doing it with your plates, but I like to just put the text paper behind it because I get a deeper deboss. But yeah, when you're doing the rubber mat, you need to actually do a two-step process, die cut this, then put it on the rubber mat. But I'm going to show you the rubber mat with this one that's embossing, which it's kind of cool. And I don't know if Impression Obsession even has this anymore. Anybody that was on last week or is on Stamp Junkies knows that Impression Obsession is going out of business, which we're very sad about. But there might be other companies that have ones that have holes in it like that. So hang on, let's see. What kind of fun paper do I have near me that we can do this with? I don't know. I can't find any paper at all. Oh, maybe just a little.
Marion Phillips said that's exactly what she was asking. So
Okay.
Thank you.
Good. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I am going to just die cut it first. Okay. But this one is an older die, but kind of cool. I don't know what it's called. It might just be called gift or present. But it's old, so you might not. But any dies that you have that have this. Okay, so I die cut it. And see, it's got the holes in there and the stripes. And we're going to punch it out. Mine's been used a lot. You can tell it's been well loved. So this one cuts out. Oops, and I didn't cut in the middle, but that's okay. So it cuts out the squares to the gift. Oops, it didn't cut all the way
Oh,
through.
you're very welcome, Marion Phillips. She just bought the glue gun dispenser from my sweet
nice.
Petunia.
Okay, so I'm going to actually cut this die out in like white too. Oops, hang on. So yeah, it did not do any of these designs on there. But we take the paper and we put them kind of back in. To their little sections. Now, because they fully popped out, you might have to like hold them in there with something. And maybe I'd use a handy dandy piece of like washi tape to do that.
Just be careful that you put it back in the right way, right? Because it could be...
I did.
Oh, I know you would. I probably would not do that so well.
Okay, so I'm just putting those pieces back in. I'm going to get one more piece of washi tape. And Marion, that reminded me that I haven't turned in the one thing that I needed to turn in to do my account so I could order the glue press. Cause did I say that last week?
Yeah, you said you were going to. You said you were.
Yeah, I know. I forgot to do that. So, anyways, now we're going to turn this over. Hopefully, it doesn't fall out. Well, some I did, but now I'm just going to do it on the plate. So it's kind of a little putsy, but that's okay. Now watch it not work. I haven't done this in like forever. So, but now when I take them out, see how I don't know if you can see the designs, but I have the embossing. So I have the little polka dots on there, and I have the stripes on there, and I have the little flowers. So these designs, now because the rubber mat pushed the paper up through the holes or the stripes, now my paper is embossed. So I don't know if there's other companies out there that have the die that does the embossing and the die cutting at the same time, but if they do, it's kind of cool. And then you can do it, because it's kind of hard to figure out in the beginning. Took me a little bit. It took me, I think, asking Mitra how to do it. Hang on, I'm just doing...
Sizzix has the rubber mat.
Okay, Sizzix has the rubber mat. I'm just doing this die one more time because I wanted to do it in white. And if my pieces stay in here, I might run my white pieces through there also.
Oh, Andrea Hazy has a magnetized bowl that she bought at the hardware store. She keeps dies in it that she's using so she doesn't lose them.
Oh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of a good idea. So anyways,
get the magnet out. Yeah. Yeah.
This particular die, if you have one, it cuts out the outside, and then you have the outside and the insides. So that's why I did it in two colors, because then I have my blue outside and then I have my white lines. And now these did stay in here, so while they're in there, I'm gonna just put it through my thing again, and now I'll have a white set too to go with my blue set. Oh, but they didn't stay in there as nice when I turned around.
Oops.
Oops, hang on. You know, when you are die cutting and the stuff is always sticking in the die and you don't want it to stick in the die, the one time that I want it to stick in the die, now it's coming out. Like seriously, like I'm getting my pokey tool out and die cutting and, you know, using my pokey tool to get it out. And now the one time that I want it to actually stay in the die, it's not. So hang on one second. As long as I have this out, I'm just going to go ahead and do it, because then it's done. Then I'll have pieces for making two different presents, the reverses. But it's being a little putsy. I'm not about putsy, but sometimes you have to just go with putsy. Not a fan of putsy though. Alright, one more time just so I can get it out of the way. Now this is one instance that it's really nice having this crossover machine that you can just adjust the pressure up and down. Okay, so maybe you can see even the things a little bit better than you could on the blue. You can see the embossing a little bit more on the white, right? Can you see the embossing more on the?
Yeah, wait a minute, let me get there.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Even
on the
with
white.
with my eyes, I can see.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's how those dyes work. If any other companies have the dyes out there and that do the embossing, that's how those work with the rubber mat. So, anyways, that's that little spiel. Let's move on to. I'm going to move on to the Better Press dye because I really kind of liked that. So, I had a Better Press dye, or I have a Better Press dye, and I didn't use it with any ink. I didn't use it with the Better Press. Yet, but I'm going to try it with the Better Press with, last time we played with it with gold ink, or black ink, I'm going to try it with gold. So anyways, I did take my Better Press dye, and this was just on our 100-pound watercolor, and I placed it on and I just debossed it without any ink. Now when I did it, it was a little bit tight. I had my sandwich wrong, so it did rip the paper a little bit. But it gave me a really nice deboss, and then on the other side I had a really nice emboss too, and just more of a subtle one. And then I did it with less pressure, and it just gave me a really subtle deboss, and I kind of liked that too without doing any ink on it. But I kind of did want to try it. I want to try it on metallic paper. And B, I want to try it with gold or silver ink and the Better Press.
So Barbara R. says, if you look on the back of a die and there is no cutting edges for design, you can use it as an embossing die.
Yep, that's what we're doing.
Yep.
Yep, because this is the Better Press one.
Yes.
Which has no cutting. And I'm just going to use it to deboss.
Yep.
Not emboss, I'm going to use it to deboss. This one had the cut that was, it cut the part of the present, the outline of the present, I should say, and then, unknown caller. Hang on, I'm going to hang up on my unknown caller. There. Never had that where it rang. Well, we did that during Comment Sold, where Jake called during Comment Sold, and it kind of disconnected us for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, this die, it cut the outline, it cut the squares, but then with the little holes in it, you were able to emboss it up, which was kind of nice. So I don't see those dies that often. But I thought of that one. I was like, oh, that was a really cool die.
Jennifer did a class on this. She did several colors on one die, and it was very unique.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to try gold or silver on this one. But anyways, I'm going to deboss this down, and I wanted to try it on one of the mirror cards just to see what happened. And this is the Bianco Pearl. So let's try it on the Bianco Pearl. And, I know what I did. This one I actually did on the rubber mat, and I got a way better impression than when I just did it on the paper. So this one I just did on text paper. I got a very subtle impression. This one that was too deep and it was a little bit too tight was actually on the rubber mat. So I'm going to try it with some of my text paper behind. So I'm going to use my text paper, and I'm going to use my cardstock, and we're going to try that out. And this one I have not tried, so I don't know how it is going to be.
Barbara R. says, just to be clear.
I like that.
Barbara, Barbara says she was talking about any die that cuts.
Uh-huh. any die that cuts, you can. What was that? Any die that cuts, you can.
You
I'm gonna have to
can,
go back and look at the things.
yes. She said, if you look on the back of a die and there is no cutting edges for design, you can use it as an embossing die. She's talking about any die that cuts. I'm a little confused.
I'm a little confused too.
Okay.
But anyways, this is a Better Press one without any ink on it, with just the text paper behind it on the Bianco Pearl. I love that.
Oh my gosh.
Can you see that?
Yes, I can.
That is gorgeous. Okay. I might be doing something like this during one of my classes. I love this die.
Sarah, question, did you use the Better Press insert in the cutting machine or regular plates?
I just used regular plates.
Okay.
So yes, I used text paper behind my Bianco Pearl, and then I just used a Better Press die, so no cutting lines, and it debossed it, but I didn't put any ink on it. So I am going to try it in the Better Press in just a minute. So hang on one second. I'm just going to set these
That
aside.
is gorgeous.
I was going to do something with these, but I think I changed my mind just now. And the leaves I did because those are the ones that people ask me about the most. So hang on a second. Let me get these out of the way. But wow. Huh. Okay. Whew. I like that. I'm surprising myself. So anyways, I'm going to try the Better Press, but I just want to try it with, and I have a piece of the hammered here, which the hammered is 100% cotton. And I'm going to put that on there. Oh no, we're putting this down first.
Marianne Phillips says she understands that you need to have 100-pound paper for the best results. Do you feel the same way about that, Sarah?
I haven't tried. I did, when we did it last time, I did it on the 100-pound watercolor, the 110-pound, I think I did it on the cold press, and then I did it on the 100, and I think this is 111-pound hammered. And the hammered is the 100% cotton, and I think that's what we got the best results on, was the hammered.
Okay.
So this paper that I just did it on, without any ink, and without using the actual Better Press, I just did it on regular plates. It was with my crossover machine, so I could adjust the pressure. This is the Bianco Pearl, and it is, and you can tell at the ends it got a little, it was a little probably tight because it is looking a little like it cut just slightly on the ends. Anyways, this is, I believe it's a 13-point paper, which is very comparable to like your 100-pound cardstock. So I have not tried it on like an 80-pound. So, but we're going to try it with silver embossing ink. And it's hard to tell with silver. Like when you're doing black, like you can tell there's black on there. When you're doing silver, like normally this is a sponge pad, and I usually I'm a heavier pusher when I'm using a sponge pad and a pigment ink just to make sure that it gets all the way in there. Right now, this is silver, this is silver. I can't tell how much ink I have on there. But we are going to just try it anyways. Okay, and I am going to tape this down. I don't want it to move. And actually, I think you put the paper down first and then the die, but I just did it opposite. Actually, I'm not sure totally. I'm just doing it this way. Hang on a second.
Should have taken advantage of when Josh was home. I could have gone to some dance classes on Thursday night, and Josh could have sat in here and been the moderator.
I'm switching this. I'm going to put this down and then I'm going to just add ink to this. I just do not trust it. I don't trust that I didn't have enough ink on there. So, and I just put it on there crooked, but I'm not moving it. Alright, so hang on. Now we're going to go through. I'm behind you. Oh my gosh. My plate is so heavy. So, from my bike ride, from doing my bike ride, like from holding my handlebars, my fingers went numb a lot, and I was reading on one of my bike Facebook pages, you know, where that happens. So this one I kind of like, it got like, I think something pinched off and it got like weaker. Like I feel like I can't hold things as much with this hand as I can the other one, and it totally started like when I was training for biking, and it's totally gotten better, but yeah, that's not fun. But yeah, it was like they were talking about it on one of my Facebook pages. But yeah, when I just picked up my my metal plate, which I have down, it like I felt my hand felt weak.
Ooh.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
No. You know, I remember.
Oh, that's really pretty.
I remember.
Oof, I like that too.
Thinking as a young woman about why my granny couldn't open a jar. A jar. Well, I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm there now. Yeah. So
Marion, can I get a different hand? Yeah, I have straight handlebars like that. I don't, and some people like have the ones like this, which I think keeps their wrists, you know, more straight, where mine were, I have the straight handlebars, so I was more like this, and I think that would totally help. So, but anyways, that, yeah, I like that better press die.
Yeah.
Because wow, those are pretty.
Aren't they gorgeous? Ooh.
Wow. Okay, so I like both of them. Okay, I'm happy.
Okay, so Barbara R. says, let's try this.
Okay, let's try what?
She said, in trying to explain what she was getting at, not all dies that can cut and emboss are marked as cut and embossed. So you can check if your die can do embossing by checking the back.
Yes, if it's got, like, for example, I think this is what you're referring to, like, this one is a cut and emboss. Well, it's a cut and deboss. This one is a cut and emboss. So this one has die cutting on it, but then it has embossing because the paper is pushing up through the holes. So this one cuts and embosses.
Did you talk to Brian about this?
No.
No. Okay. I'm just thinking your dad would have some input in this.
Oh. No, I didn't talk to Brian about it. So.
All right. I don't know if he has thoughts about it.
No, I don't know, because I don't know. But anyways, yes, this one, but it kind of with the cut and emboss, I find it's a two-step process. Now with the dies that say that they're cut and emboss, I don't know if they're a two-step process or not. This one is, because you need to cut, and then you need to put the rubber one behind it to get to get it to emboss. So, and these that cut all the way around and have these veins, they will deboss. So by deboss, they're going to put your indents in, kind of like the better press puts your indents in. So yeah, anyways, that tree better press die, and I don't know, I think this almost might be one of the make and takes at the warehouse sale, because people can actually do this in person. You know, it's hard to do it virtual because it's a lot for us to, do the better press virtual. But I think for in-person people, we might be doing this for an in-person make and take card.
Barbara R., who's watching on YouTube, says that her spinal stenosis is numbing her hands. Yeah, that would do it.
That would do it too, yep.
Marion Phillips. Just what I need, a way to spend more money on crafting stuff.
So I'm cutting my layer to 4 by 5 1/4.
Oh, but it's so fun.
And ooh,
What was that, Sarah?
that was my thing that I just set off to the side and it split off. I put my plates
Oops.
over here and I put them on a slant and they fell. One plate fell. So it's okay. It's all good. When I was, let's see. So I did cut out a word, so I'm just going to do a layer for this.
So Emily Henry is wondering how many watching tonight already have the Better Press. She does.
I don't know, but the Better Press, if you have the Better Press, you don't need to do it now, but I think during the sale, you should order some of this Bianco Pearl because it's really pretty.
Yeah.
Just with the Better Press with no ink.
Yep.
So,
It sure is. Oh my
and
gosh.
you can wait and order it during the sale unless you want to get started on it now.
Virginia Hebert has it also. Barbara R. says, not me.
So I don't sell the Better Press. I know Stamplistic sells the Better Press. But yeah, the Bianco Pearl is super pretty with, depending on your die, with the Better Press, with like at least this tree one is amazing.
Marion Phillips has the Sizzix with multiple plates, and she did buy some plates at SSBE through Stamplistic.
Okay, I am looking for, let's see. Oh, here it is. All right, so this I'm going to
Do you carry the dies for the Better Press?
I don't carry anything Better Press. So yeah, like tonight I was telling my mom I'm doing a demo and it's nothing, I mean, not that I'm doing anything specific to my products, I'm just more teaching you. But in coming across teaching you, I found out that the Bianco Pearl looks really amazing with the Better Press with no ink. Actually, not even with the Better Press, just emboss. So I wasn't trying to sell you anything tonight. Not that I'm always trying to sell you something, but anyways, I don't carry the Better Press. I'm just using it because one of my generous customers sent it to me. And then let's see, I have this die.
Nice to learn about the different papers and how they...
Yeah, which I didn't even know. I was like, was clueless, not clueless, but you know. Okay, now I need a white card. Hang on, let's see if I can find a white card base or some type of card
It's called
base.
stepping outside the box, Sarah,
Yeah.
and just
I'm going
try.
with stuff
You-
that I don't, I don't usually do. Okay, I'm looking for a white card base. A white metallic card base would be perfect because I like white metallic. Look at that, I found one. Oh, and actually, with the Bianco Pearl, the white metallic isn't even that great. Probably you need a, probably the better one would have been the quartz.
So Better Press is handled by who, Sarah?
I think Better Press is
Spellbinders?
Spellbinders, yes. Right?
Yep, I'm finding it there. I
Yeah,
just wanted to make
Spellbinders.
sure.
Yep, I just looked at it. So hang on one second. I'm just gonna. I did die cut out this word joy and the background to it. And I feel like I just got impatient and squeezed my precision glue press more than I should have. 'Cause I feel like I'm putting too much glue down.
So Barbara R. says she's got a nice wish list for your products as soon as she finds a nice sugar daddy. Yeah.
And because I did get too much glue down, I'm just going to take one of my pieces of scratch paper . Now this probably would have been better to do with the micro dot adhesive, because then I wouldn't have to worry about any glue getting on my gold background. But then I am going to pop that up.
That's-
Oh, pop up. Yes, Jean. I need to get a thing to Jean. Tomorrow I will get a label to Jean because she's going to get me more of the tape that I really like.
Should I write you a note?
That would mean I'd have to read it, but yes, that would probably be good.
Yeah, I'll put it on your door. You'll never see it.
I don't put it on my door.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't put it on my door.
Marianne Phillips said it's hard for us to know what paper to buy unless someone with access to lots of different papers shows us first. I hate buying paper that won't work for what I want to do.
So, all right.
Emily Henry said her favorite Thursdays are when we play with different papers.
Well, we kind of played with different papers and different stuff today. So there you go. But yes, I totally did not know that the Bianco Pearl would look so pretty with a better press die.
So here's a question from Barbara Hiles. She said, so does the better press apply ink and deboss or emboss?
Yes.
So the silver ink,
the silver ink,
are the white parts up so that they can look like snow?
The white,
are the white parts up so they look?
Yes, they are up a little bit. I probably could have done it with a little bit more pressure. And so the silver is debossed, the white is up. Like is your normal paper
Is your normal
height.
embossing? Oh, your normal.
No, paper
Okay,
height.
yes.
Yeah, it doesn't emboss. So this leaves the white parts are your normal
Yes.
height. Your silver is debossed down.
Yes.
So yes, the better press does inking and debossing at the same time. And Barb, you will be at the warehouse sale and we will have this, I don't know about this one, but we'll have it set up so you guys can try the better press. And I won't have it for sale, so don't wait to get the better press from me because I won't have it.
Okay.
But I like you to play with different papers, so, but yeah, that you'll have to get from somebody else. So, anyways, yeah. So, I think that's it for tonight, but thanks for joining me. I'm going to wait to put this together on a quartz card base because quartz matches the Bianco Pearl better because it's not a stark white. And then this one I'm going to probably do I might do like a white background with the silver words. And then these I'll find something to do with. But so yeah. So thanks for joining me tonight. I hope you learned something and we will see you next week.